Game number 5 down in this ICC Champions Trophy. And again, the big one, India versus Pakistan, started with a lot of expectations. But in the end, Virat Kohli, when he hit that boundary to not only seal the win, but also to get to his 51st 100, we were left with the feeling of Pakistan tried, but they were really the electric engine that could. Today, Malik is with me here again, my co host on All Your Cricket and Massive Hit Cricket TV. Malik, what do you make of this game with Pakistan
Oh,
and India today?
what a disaster for Pakistan. What a disaster. Terrible performance. India, you got to give them 100% of the numbers here. They basically dominated this game from ball one. That's it. Domination. Utter domination in Dubai. I think India was playing for pride today, it looked like. Because remember, the last time they played in Dubai, Pakistan beat them by 10 wickets. And it looked like this was the revenge of that. A bottom line, Hillis and Kohli, sublime, but really, Kohli was set up by the ballers. Indian bowling was magnificent today. And basically, they crushed Pakistan pretty much. And now Pakistan is pretty much out of the tournament at this point.
Yeah, Pakistan effectively out of the tournament. Obviously, they still have a slight mathematical chance
There
of
is no chance,
advancing,
Roger. There is
but
no
it's
chance. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. It's over for Pakistan.
so
You
we
see me
started the
wearing my
day
jersey
with
today. It's over.
I know. We started the day. Pakistan bowled out for 241 with Shakil getting 62. Kuldeep Yadav picked up 3 for 40. Hardik Pandya 2 for 31. Pakistan Samir though at one point, obviously at the start there, Iman Ulak, a late replacement for Fakar Zaman, struggled quite a bit there, and I always thought this was going to be a problem for the Pakistan team. And then a bit of a strange partnership between Rizwan and Saad Shakil. Saad Shakil played well, but Rizwan was slow, Samir.
Hey, listen, this was a disaster from the beginning, right? First of all, Imam ul Haq, you're bringing him back into the team in a crucial game against India. It doesn't make any sense. You already had other batsmen sitting on the bench. So that was number one. Number two, they consistently persist with Babar Azam, their best batsman, to open, which doesn't make any sense. Mind-boggling why they wouldn't bring him down the order. And then on top of it, Rizwan comes in. He has a good partnership with Saud Shakil, but extremely slow in the circumstances that you're talking about right now. Extremely slow. I think Pakistan scored a lot of their runs, in singles and doubles. There were no boundaries. I think they only hit like one or two sixes in the whole innings. On the other side, as soon as India started batting, you saw India, Rohit Sharma right off the bat, set the tone. So I think Pakistan was way behind in this game from ball one.
Pakistan really a listless batting performance, as you mentioned. But I'm pretty sure at the end of the 50 overs there, India would have been quite comfortable. Again, as we mentioned, Pakistan really, although they had a bit of a strange partnership there, we saw where Rizwan under pressure was trying to hit his way out. But you and I were going back and forth in the morning, and we thought if Pakistan just continued on that same trajectory with Rizwan and Saad Shakil, perhaps they could have gotten a competitive score. As we know, this is not a 300 pitch.
Hey, listen, this was a 300 pitch. Here was the glaring difference. 147. That's the number you need to remember. 147 dot balls were played in the Pakistan innings. And guess what? Pakistan didn't even play the whole innings. So imagine, they were all out. I think, what were they all out in the 48th over or 49th over? So they played like two less balls. So out of 298 balls, they had 147 dots. That is where the problem was. Too many dots, no big boundaries, no sixes, and that's in the end a very under par score on this pitch. Now compare this to
Hardik,
India. They strolled to victory. They strolled to victory today.
Hardik Pandya, Samir. Hardik Pandya put in work, put in an absolutely brilliant performance there. Talk to me about Hardik Pandya.
Unbelievable. He bowls very well. 8 overs for 31 runs and two big wickets. And guess what? He bowled six of those 8 overs on the trot. And he got the big wicket of Babar Azam early to get the breakthrough. And he got Saud Shakil too at the later half of his spell. But here is the crazy part. Once again, hey, listen, they did not make an effort. Mohammad Rizwan, the captain, 46 runs of 77 balls. I think that is where you lost the game.
Yeah. Now, India obviously began their reply. Rohit Sharma looked good, hit a couple of good boundaries, had this beautiful flick, sort of pull pickup shot over deep square leg for six. But when Rohit Sharma's stumps were all over the place by Shaheen Shah Afridi, Pakistan would have gotten an early wicket that they wanted. At this point,
Hey, listen,
did the Pakistan team believe?
I think they had an opening, but then they dropped a couple of catches. I think Shabnam Gill was dropped early, and then later on, I think Iyer was dropped again. So they had their chances, but they didn't take catches. I think there were 4 catches dropped in the Indian innings, and I think that was the difference. Once again, listen, dropped catches, lost matches.
14,000 runs ticked off for Virat Kohli. 14,000
Un-
runs.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, and he got to his 14,000 with a century again, his 51st century in ODI cricket. Unbelievable. He is definitely one of the greatest batsmen of the modern era, especially in ODI cricket.
Now, Shubman Gill, a batsman that I absolutely love to watch. And I know Tucker here, sitting behind me, would want to say a word on Shubman Gill, but those short arm jabs, hardly a follow through really when he bats. An absolute dream to watch. Got India, Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli got India on the way, and that partnership pretty much. Obviously, before Shreyas Iyer came in, who we will discuss in detail a little bit because I have a lot that I want to say about Shreyas Iyer, but
Hey,
performance there,
Gill and
the future
Iyer,
of Indian cricket.
Hey, Gill and Iyer batted tremendously well. They didn't smash the ball. They were in control all the time. And remember, once again, they were chasing 242, right? So they decided to bat conservatively. That's what they did. They batted well. They took their chances when they needed to, but most of the time they were batting very well. I think Iyer was the key to the Indian victory today because remember, once Shabnam Gill gets out, you still need another 142 runs of 33 overs. Not a great asking rate. Once again, 4 and over is normal now for any international cricketing side. But guess what he did? He came in and he calmed everything down again. He played within himself. And remember, this is a huge ground. So, they weren't trying to hit boundaries every time. They were trying to take their doubles, but at the same time, they were rotating strike. And guess what? When they got the chance, they hit the ball out of the park.
Tucker, talk to me a little bit about Shubman Gill. I know you have a lot to say about Shubman Gill, one of your favorite players.
Well, I'm not going to say much, except I would say some of the shots that he played, I would say last night or early this morning from our stadium. I would walk out, turn around, and pay again to go back in. Yeah,
Hey, listen,
that's
you're
how much
absolutely
I would
right,
say
Mr.
about
Tucker.
Shubman
You're
Gill.
absolutely right.
Top stuff
Yep.
there from Tucker. Obviously worth every penny that the fans would have paid to come in. Now, Samir, Shreyas Iyer, widely criticized. He was dropped from the Indian team. He played all 3 domestic formats back in India. A man that was weak to the short delivery. Today, he faced Aris Ralph, who bowls close to 150 an hour. And you can see the confidence. You can see this is a player who has worked on his game. He's not 100% against a short delivery, but he found a method. He ducked effectively. He played the hook shot, and he found a way to score runs. I mean, very impressive there from Shreyas Iyer, a match winner in this Indian team.
Yeah, hey, listen, as I said, I think the key to this victory was Iyer. Because remember, once they lose Shabnam Gill, I think that was the opportunity where Pakistan could have capitalized. And the way they played Abrar Ahmed, Pakistan's mystery spinner, who actually bowled very well, 10 overs for 28 runs, getting 1 wicket off Shabnam Gill. That was the time when he came in and he started batting very well. I think if he would have lost the plot there, that would have been another opening for Pakistan in a pressure game. But then once again, Kohli, sublime form, along with Iyer, unbelievable knock, great victory for India.
Awesome stuff. where do Pakistan go from here? A team that looks short on confidence, a team that looks short of
Hey,
work, a
listen,
team that looks
listen.
quite frankly
We're
looks
gonna
short on
join. We're
quality.
gonna join our Caribbean friends now. We're gonna join our Caribbean friends, and all we can do is play cricket against each other. Bottom line is Pakistan is heading West Indies way. It looks this way. Listen, they even today look at Haris Rauf, look at Shaheen Shah Afridi. They didn't look like they could ball 10 overs. Bottom line, they were out of pace, and they were not on their full strength. It looks like these guys are T20 ballers, and Pakistan had three of those T20 ballers today. There's no way you could win, especially on a spin wicket. You saw India. India spent a lot of time balling Aksar, Jadhav, Jadeja, once again. And basically, when their fast ballers were operating, they were balling very well even then. But, out of the 50 overs, 26 overs were balled by spin. Pakistan didn't have the quality of spin that India had. And if you look at, how Ibrar balled, now the question needs to be asked, why didn't they add another spinner here?
Celebration from Ibar when he got rid of Shubman Gill.
Ter-
What was that?
Once again, no reason to do that there. No reason to do that there. Terrible celebration. Hey, listen, you're 100 there. Your opposition is at 100 for two. The guys just smashed you all over the park, and you got his wicket. You just go back to your bowling, and go back and just ball again. That's it. No reason to celebrate at that point.
Listen. Can you imitate the celebration? He
No,
did
I don't think
something.
he did. He went like
Listen,
this, like this. I was like, that doesn't make any
he did
sense.
something like.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what the bottom line is. This Pakistan team is a recipe for disaster right now. Look, last week they chased 350 against South Africa, and now 2 games in a row they haven't even gone past 260, especially in home conditions. Hey, listen, if this was in England or South Africa or New Zealand or Australia, I would understand. I would say, hey, listen, let's give them a break. But to perform the way they did here, and once again, the question needs to be asked, and I think Mr. Tucker should answer this question. Why does Babar Azam or management continue to insist that this guy should be opening? Why doesn't he come in at 2 down or 3 down and stabilize the team when it is required and score those runs?
You see, they got to be when they're all cuddle, and they decide that they'll do that. But then we would say the best batsman for Pakistan, or maybe he's not the best batsman right now because he's not making much runs. So he should come in maybe about 4 or 5 and see if he can get back some confidence. But we all know that
That's what I'm saying. Listen, you open for 5 games in a row, you don't score runs. Hey, listen, this is a big game. Why not bring yourself down the order and bring a pinch hitter up the order to see if you can up the ante? And they didn't even try it. Hey, listen, they're out of this tournament. I'm telling you right now, a lot of people are hoping that New Zealand is going to New Zealand will lose to Bangladesh, and I think that game is tomorrow, right? There is no way I see New Zealand losing to Bangladesh tomorrow. And then once
That is almost
Bangladesh is
impossible.
out, so is Pakistan.
A quick word on that New Zealand Bangladesh.
Hey, listen, New Zealand is winning that thing straight up. There is no chance that Bangladesh has, considering that India and New Zealand are playing at a different level altogether. And I think that game tomorrow, is in Rawalpindi, which is known to be a faster surface. So I'm expecting that, the New Zealand fast bowlers are going to come to the show and really take on Bangladesh. And I think Bangladesh will be out along with Pakistan.
Yeah, I fully agree there. New Zealand, one of my favorite for this tournament. New Zealand is a team that I picked to win this tournament, and I don't see any way that Bangladesh gets past New Zealand tomorrow. But fans, the big one, Pakistan versus India, came in. All the hype, all the expectation. Pakistani fans hoping that with the history behind this fixture, the history between these two nations, Pakistan would rise and pull up something special out of the hat. But it was not meant to be, as India strolled to victory, and Pakistan are out of their own party. Mathematically, yes, they might still have a small chance. But myself or my co-host Samir, we both agree that Pakistan will be going home. Samir, any final thoughts?
Roger, everything is going to be cleared up in 24 hours. When we get back here tomorrow to do, the follow-up show on Bangladesh and New Zealand, everything will be clear. Both Bangladesh and Pakistan are going to be going home.
All right, fans, congratulations there to Virat Kohli. 14,000 runs is 51st 100 in ODI cricket. You've been watching all your cricket and the massive hit cricket show. See you tomorrow when we do our roundup of New Zealand versus Bangladesh. Bye for now.
Take care, guys.